Billy Bragg. The legendary Billy Bragg. Not in his native weather.
By legendary, he means over 50. But that's cool.
It's an easy way of saying old.
This town is full of 20-year-old young men with fizzy beards trying to sound like they're over 50, so I feel I'm ahead of the curve in that sense.
Welcome to South by.
Good to be here.
It's great to see you. It's great to see you back with a new record. Now, it's been a few years, Tooth and Nail.
Yep.
Congratulations. That just got released, right?
Monday. Monday come.
Yeah, so that's going to be great. Produced by the great Joe Henry.
Yeah, Joe Henry, who I've known for a long time. I've admired his songwriting for a long time, and his production, I have to say, his bedside manner is exemplary. I didn't feel a thing while he did it. No, he did a great thing. He got some guys together in his basement. We played, 12 songs in 5 days, and all done and dusted. Like I say, it was just a lovely way to make a record.
That's kind of the way he works, too. And he walks away with Grammys on this.
He does, yeah.
So expect that.
I've already got my frock.
Yeah.
This is the top, this is the bottom.
That's nice. That's a little Jennifer Lawrence callback right there.
She's my red carpet sort of mav, and I'm going to model my speech. I'm going to trip up the steps and do the whole thing. I think she's great.
You'll be swell. The new record is fantastic. It's got all your hallmarks on there. You're a lover and a fighter, like usual. And
Mr. Love and Justice, that's what they call me.
Well, you come out even, the first thing we heard was even a bit of a humorous thing with Handyman Blues.
Well, you may think it's humorous, but my partner, Juliet, who has to put up with me not being able to hang pictures, she never laughs. When everyone else laughs when I hear that song, and I know she's standing at the back shaking her head disappointedly. But fortunately, the good thing, is her brother, my brother-in-law. He's pretty good like that. So when anything needs doing around the house, well, I invite him over for the weekend, and he hangs the curtain rail and all that rubbish.
It's good to have one of those around.
It helps. It really helps.
Yeah, it's not so much, it's kind of like an apology, but almost like a realization as to one of those things you will never be.
Yeah. There's no pretending that I'm going to be the person who can do all that, drilling and sawing and all that kind of stuff. No, if you want a love song, give me a shout. Although worryingly, it was Mother's Day on Sunday in England last Sunday, and my son wrote his mum a song for Mother's Day and sang it to her, and she got all emotional about it. And I thought, I've been missing a trick these last 20 years. I could have saved myself a lot of money and probably made a good album of songs for Juliet. Mind you, most of my albums are like that anyway.
I will point out, though, with one more thing with that song, it's not entirely true, because if nothing else, you at least lied about being a TV repairman once, and that's how you ended up here.
I didn't lie about being a TV repairman. I was sitting in the foyer of a record company trying to get in and get my tape heard, and someone said to me, "Are you the guy who's come here to tune the video into the TV?" That's how long ago it was, where civilians didn't know how to do it. And at the time, while I was trying to hustle to get my record deal, I was working with a guy who made audio-visual presentations, and we lugged a big old video machine, which is about the size and weight of this foldback speaker, a massive thing, to the clients. And one of the things we had to do was plug it in and tune it in. So I didn't lie. I hadn't come there expressly, but if you're looking for a get-to-go guy to do that, I'm your man. So I managed to sneak through reception, tune in the TV for these people, and then give my tape to Peter Jenner, and 30 years later, here we are. It works out okay. So if you need your video tuning, we don't do this anymore, do they? People just do this. It all just comes in one thing now, doesn't it?
Not a handyman, but he can't do that.
Exactly.
Once again, back to the lover and the fighter. You've always kept your records really kind of cut down the middle. You've got some great love songs, but you do a lot of political songs, and always politically relevant to that time. I've heard that the easiest thing in the world to write is a love song, but that's just what we pour out with. That's the emotions. Is it easy, though, to write in such parameters like that as trying to say, this is what's happening in the world, I have to find the words specifically for that?
I think the real problem with protest songs, when people write protest songs, is people spend all their time on the protest and not enough on the song. It's
very true.
It's a real conundrum, but if you do want people to remember what you're saying, if you can put a hook around it. And I think of songs like, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, or Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. Once you hear it, it stays with you. Right. Whereas, just a long list of things that you're angry about and just 3 chords doesn't always hit the spot. So if you are sitting out there thinking about writing protest songs, I would spend as much time on the song as you do on the protest.
No, it's a great point too, because they have such a shelf life. You know, you have certain songs out there, like you're writing "Don't Buy the Sun," something like that. You know, when you're writing that, are you saying, "Am I only going to be singing this for a week," or do you expect that you might be singing it for 50 years, and we're all going to be going, "What is he talking about?"
Well, the weird thing about "Never Buy the Sun," which I wrote when the news of the phone hacking broke. On the day the phone hacking broke, I started getting tweets saying, "You've got to start playing." I have a song called "It Says Here" about tabloid newspapers. And people were saying to me, "You must start singing that song again." And I thought, I must. I made a couple of mental notes to put into the lyric. And when I actually, on the Wednesday of that week, I went and had a listen to the song. I didn't need to change a single word. It was all still. That's the terrible curse of the topical songwriter. The damn things become topical again. So I had all these lyrics and no song to put them in, so I had to write "Never Buy the Sun." It's a strange process, but yeah, I do expect to be singing some of those old songs again. I mean, even on this tour, I noticed that people were tweeting lines from a song I wrote called "Ideology," which is basically about politicians gone corrupt, and so I put that back in the set now, and everyone's loving it. So it's a strange process, isn't it?
Do you ever worry about preaching to the choir on these records, though? Like, you're trying to get a message out.
Yeah.
How do you get it past the people that buy the record?
Well, it depends what you think you're supposed to be doing with your music. I think the most that you can do as a songwriter for making the world a better place is to inspire your audience to engage in the process and not take responsibility from them, so they think that buying a Billy Bragg record they've done their bit, So what I'm doing on a gig night is I'm drawing all the people together in a particular town who feel sympathetic to my politics. As individuals, they might work in a place or go to school or live in a family where, there's racism, sexism, homophobia, but they come together in this crowd of people and they realise they're not the only people in their town who care about this stuff. And that recharges their batteries and sends them away. So you're not just preaching to the choir, but you're also trying to inspire the choir. That even rhymes. I should write that down. You're inspiring the choir. You can't avoid. There's no point in me standing at the door saying, "Do you agree with me?" "Yeah, you can't come in." I mean, it doesn't really work like that. That's no way to get to Austin.
You've done a great job of it throughout your entire career. Tooth and Nail is a beautiful record.
Thank
It's
you.
a great record.
I appreciate that.
Can't wait for the rest of the world to really dig into it.